Hey guys, it's Danny, and today I'm going to be comparing the iPhone 8, which I have right here, versus the iPhone SE, which I have over here. These are two very good phones that people have liked, and many people are asking should they upgrade from the iPhone 8, which some people have, to an iPhone SE, which is it's like the same exact phone, but with newer guides and newer stuff, newer features. So I'm going to be answering that question today, and so yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So guys, we're going to start off with the display here. So let's start off with the iPhone SE. Let me just take off the case so you guys can see it better. I would actually take off the case on the iPhone 8, but I can't because the case is sturdy. Yeah, it's super sturdy. So the iPhone SE here, you can tell it's this beautiful white color that my grandma got. The chamfered edges are super recognizable, just like on the iPhone 8. If I can just take this case off, but still, super recognizable. Here you got your mute switch power buttons here, and your little on-off button here. So the display is raised to wake. So you just raise it to wake, and there you go, it's on. Just like the iPhone 8, does the exact same thing. You raise it up, it wakes, and there you go. So the display here is it's an LCD 720p on both phones, I believe. I'm pretty sure that iPhone 8 is 1080p, but on the SE it's still 720p panel, not that good. You go here, you got your black front, looks pretty sick, and then you got Touch ID second generation, which is pretty good, super fast and lightning. So just take it out of your pocket, and boom, it's on, and you're getting to the phone. So once you get into the phone here, you have pretty cool stuff here. So you got your widgets right here, your stuff, your stuff here, and just the display is really good. It's 720p, 60 Hz, just like the iPhone 8. Nothing that special here. The iPhone is also a 720p display, a second gen Touch ID. Between the both, I actually think that SE has quicker Touch ID, but still, the iPhone has the same exact Touch ID. It's a little bit slower with the animations, but the SE just has faster animations, I think. Still pretty good. And for video, for watching YouTube, this thing can support 4K HDR, unlike the iPhone 8, which can only support 1080p. So a little bit different there. Not that bad. It's pretty good. For the brightness, I'm pretty sure the iPhone 8 has 550 nits max, and the iPhone SE second gen, I forgot to mention second gen, has 625 nits of brightness. So a pretty substantial, not that much difference, but still pretty noticeable outdoors. I have them all maxed out, and actually seeing them in person, I can actually kind of tell the difference here. These are both in dark mode, so if you want to have, I both have them in dark mode, so you can't really see that much of a difference, but still, it's noticeable outdoors. And if you have, like you live in, let's say, California, Texas, or somewhere like in the world that is really, which is really sunny, I'll go for like an iPhone 12. It has brighter nits, it has more bright, it gets more brighter, and in the sun, it has some max brightness. So, still a thing to consider there. So let's get on to the features. Let's get on to the performance segment and the RAM. Start with the iPhone SE here. The iPhone SE has, let me just bring it up a little bit higher. The iPhone SE here has the A13 Bionic chip that is super nice and fast. It runs everything smooth. It has 3 GB of RAM, unlike the iPhone 8, which only has 2, which is pretty good. Still, you got your nice little Apple logo, your camera, everything here. Everything runs super nice and smooth. For like transferring files and stuff, the iPhone SE is definitely going to win. Unlike the iPhone 8, which has a 12 Bionic chip with 2 GB of RAM. So for transferring heavy files, as I usually do, I airdrop the iPhone SE to my dad's Mac, and then I edit it there, which is pretty cool on iMovie. So you got a little bit heavy transferring files. This thing does pretty good. I once airdropped a 30-minute video clip, and it took about 10 minutes. So that is pretty impressive for an iPhone SE. Sorry. So yeah, the A13 is absolute beast. Definitely flies through iOS. Everything, the animations nice and smooth. Everything works really cool here. And the iPhone 8, I gotta say the same thing too. This thing is not old. It's still, even though it has the third latest generation of the A Bionic chip, it has the A11 chip. It's not 2 GB of RAM. Still, it is plenty fast, even by today's standards. It is still plenty fast. It is pretty good. For the performance, I gotta give it to the SE because it has a newer chip, and it feels faster when transferring heavy files. Apart from that, this thing is pretty good. Not that bad. So, okay guys, so let's talk about the features. What features do these things have? Well, the iPhone SE has what is it called? Has reachability, so you just tap it like this. Don't tap the home button, and there you go. You got reachability. Swipe up right there for your notifications, and there you go. For the iPhone 8, you also do the same thing. You do reachability, which is right there, and then it's pretty good there. Everything works really nice. And they also have raise to wake. I said before, raise to wake. You raise it. There we go. It's pretty fast, and it's pretty good. So works really well. If you take it out of your pocket, boom, there you go. So it works really well there in that features department. So the iPhone SE also has quick take video, which the iPhone 8 also does. So just quick take video. And if you want to reach it more, just like hold it to the power button, and there you can take more. So that's pretty good. The iPhone 8 also has the exact same thing here. Actually, it does not. Oh wow, it does not have quick take video. I'm so sorry, it does not have that. So the iPhone SE here definitely wins in quick take video. They both support a 4K 60 FPS max, and they also have, which we'll get into later. So that is pretty good. And the SE also has, you know, it has like the NU camera UI, which I'll talk about later in the camera performance features. So feature-wise, they're pretty similar because it's literally the exact same phone with your interior and your guts. So yeah, let's get into the battery life and see how good these two phones does. Like guys, so here we have the iPhone SE. The battery life is really good. The milliamp hours is 1,821, which is the exact same as the iPhone 8, which is right over here. So not big of a difference. My grandpa has had this for about a year and a half, and so it might be a little bit older, yes, but the battery life is still good. So right now, just sitting there, they have great standby time, no problems. You know, overall, it's just pretty good. So let's just check the battery percentage here. Okay, the condition, it is 80%. On the SE, I checked it right now. It is 97%, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 97%. So these things still have pretty good battery life. The SE though has better standby time and can withstand more you know, heavy usage and battery life. But like also if you have an older iPhone, you may know that recording video takes a lot of battery life away from your phone. I'm recording with an iPhone 5s right now, and I found that to be true. The iPhone 5s lost 30% in just like 5 and 10 minutes. So with the iPhone SE, I recorded 40-minute video of like one of them until Mac can still edit video, and this thing lost only 20%, which is pretty good. The iPhone 8, on the other hand, it recorded 40 minutes and it lost 27%. So not that bad. So both of these phones do excellent battery life. I gotta give it to the SE here because it just has amazing battery life. Everything works super well with the iPhone SE here. It works awesome. It is just really good with the battery life. And also this thing they both support True Tone display, and they have IPS LCD. So yeah, let's get on to the camera. So here, let's talk about the cameras here. So the iPhone SE here has a 12 megapixel sensor, f1.8 aperture, just like the iPhone 8 here has an f1.8 aperture also, and it has 12 megapixels. It's a single lens here, so not that much of a difference here. But still, you have pretty substantial. The camera bump is still pretty big. I got it the 8 camera bump is actually a little bit bigger than the iPhone SE. It's like, you know, the sensor is ever so slightly bigger, but you can hardly tell a difference. And also guys, one extra more little detail, the iPhone SE has the exact same camera user UI as the iPhone 12 and 12 series. So you have your top thing right there. You press down, there goes your 16-year live photo. You have your 16:9, your exposure, your timer, your filters, everything. You have your flash. Yes, you have all of that there, so that is pretty good there. And also you have your video for that exact same for video, so you have a new and improved camera user interface, which is pretty cool there. And also you got your portrait mode right there. You still have, you know, like it was set to f1.4, as you can see there. It was pretty good. So I have to go like that, and I'll just blur out the background. It's gonna look pretty good. So there you have, you know, your stuff there. New camera user interface. Just want to point that in. I'm gonna take some test photos and videos so you guys can see how they do. And also, actually, first of all, the iPhone SE has portrait mode, which the iPhone 8 does not have. So portrait mode is like when it blurs away in the background. So I'm gonna be testing that out. So let's see how it does. So guys, this thing works. The video works really well here, as you can see in the screen right there, picture in picture. The iPhone SE, it works to have awesome photos. So I'm gonna start off with the portrait mode shots that I took. They did pretty well in the second and like the last portrait mode shot. I did f1.8 aperture, so it was pretty. It does a pretty good job of not fringing, you know, my hair, and that's actually pretty. There's actually a little bit of fringing there in my hair on the side right about here. So still a bit of fringing, but not that bad. And the video, which you'll see right now, does a really good job. So here is the video of the iPhone SE. Here is the video from the iPhone SE. You got some cans right over there. This thing also has autofocus. Here is the iPhone 8. Pretty good video. You can see it's 4K 30 FPS. Oh wow, I got some video clips right there. But still, it's still pretty good. You know, everything works nice, smooth. You got 4K video. There's the iPhone 5s I'm talking about. There's my iPad Air. And video works really good. So it's 4K 30 FPS. It's stabilized video, so you're running stabilizer, which is pretty good. So now let's turn for the iPhone 8. So you saw there, it did a pretty good job. This pretty good dynamic range. It does not have HDR like the 12s have, but it does have substantial amount of video. Now for the iPhone 8, here's a video for the iPhone 8. Here is video for the iPhone 8. That is 4K 30 FPS. Here is that plant that I showed you in the SE here. It works pretty good. So I got like my grandma's right there, little dog right there. Works pretty good. This also has image stabilization, so it works really well. Whereas my iPhone 5S, so this thing works really well. So not big of a difference. There's iPhone SE there. Pretty good. It works really well here too. So great video on both devices. So out there, it did pretty good. You know, the video is, I gotta say, the SE does a better job, but the iPhone 8 does great photos, and it does not have portrait mode, so no portrait mode. It does pretty well. Photos here, really excellent photos here. They both do really well, but and also they have flash, and they also have smart HDR. The iPhone SE has 3rd generation, the iPhone 8 has 1st generation. So they both do really good job in HDR regarding the also have auto HDR. So these things do really good. The camera is awesome on these things. They also do 1080p at 240 FPS respectively in the slow-mo department. So that's a pretty good difference right there. So let's get on to the speakers, and then we'll go on to the conclusion. The speakers. As for the speakers, the iPhone SE has 2 stereo pairs. On the earpiece, which is this long little line right here, and on the bottom you have 6 speaker rolls respectively. Just like the iPhone 8, you actually on the iPhone 8 you have 6, and then you got your other long earpiece right here. And I'll be doing a speaker comparison right now to let you guys know how they sound.
They're super into their very hyped, very expensive flagship phone, but they can't only make a hyped, expensive flagship phone. So this video goes hand in hand with my 9 Pro review, my last upload. So if you haven't seen that, this video is the cherry on top of that sundae, the 20-minute detailed Hasselblad deep dive, software-oriented tech is getting. Like, we just saw the Boston Dynamics robot dog and even their newest packaging robot, but this stuff, this is next level. So today, I'm reviewing the most advanced tech I've looked at yet.
So I actually gotta think the iPhone SE has a much richer bass. These were full maxed out, so I have my little microphone here. And actually gotta say the iPhone SE sounds a lot more fuller when it's like at max out the volume 100%. The iPhone 8 has a little bit sounds a little bit too bass heavy and a little bit too blown out 100%. But if you keep the speaker around 80-70%, it'll sound just fine. The SE here wins because it's not as blown out. It has more concentrated bass, and it just sounds a little bit better in my thing, because like, you know, it doesn't get as, it gets louder, but it's not as blown out as the iPhone 8 is here. So I gotta give the speaker department to the iPhone SE here, because it does marvels with, you know, just the speaker department, which is really good. And now for my conclusion, which of these phones should you actually buy? Well, I'm going to give you my thoughts and conclusion right here. The iPhone SE does an excellent job with the A13 Bionic chip. They did an excellent job, Apple, with the thing. You got great cameras, the speakers are solid, battery is good. The features, the display is awesome. It supports up to 4K, which looks amazing on this display. And the iPhone 8, it also pretty good. If you have an iPhone 8, if you even like the Touch ID home button, especially now with COVID, you should definitely upgrade to the SE. It is $400 for 64 gigabytes. I'll probably go with 128. We take lots of video and photo. But apart from that, this thing takes excellent video and photo. No regrets there from the iPhone SE. So I just gotta say the iPhone SE definitely wins in this department. So yeah, the iPhone SE is definitely a good choice if you want to go a low budget, a nice phone. It's only 4.7 inches big, so yeah. That's about it, guys. Thanks for watching my comparison. Hopefully you guys like this. If you do, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.